Hi everyone. Um, this is another review for Banana Finger Climbing Shop, and tonight I want to talk about another pair of shoes, which is the La Sportiva Cobra. Don't be surprised if I show them here in yellow, because I got them in Italy at the La Sportiva factory last summer. Usually it's the trademark color for the Cobra is the orange one, but yeah, this one is in yellow. So overall, I think it's a great pair of shoes. Obviously, goes without saying that it's not an all-rounder shoe, so it's not perfect for every situation. Being a slipper, especially, and with such a soft and thin rubber, so there are some rock types and angles that are ideal for this type of shoe, and some other which are not. But I think that if you can find the right type of angle and the right type of rock, then this shoe can really shine. Obviously what I'm talking about is smearing and vertical stuff where the sensitivity is key, because these shoes having such a thin rubber here and very soft, they really allow you to feel everything under your toes, so the sensitivity is pretty great. It's not a very downturn shoe, as you can see, so it's not very aggressive. Actually it's quite the opposite. It's a sleeper, so tend to stretches a lot and becomes really comfortable. So don't be afraid to get even like few sizes down from your street shoe. So I usually have a 42 European in a street shoe, and this one must be a 36 or 37. So this 37. So yeah, 5 sizes down. Obviously initially it's slightly uncomfortable, but in no time they become really comfortable and they stretch a lot. The rubber and the leather really gives in, so in no time you'll feel very comfortable in it. Obviously the downside is that over time then become maybe too comfortable and too kind of loose, so over time you kind of lose that hooking sort of hooking position in your feet that can be very supportive when you're climbing on overhangs. So that's why I wouldn't really recommend it in overhangs. But I think apart from steep terrain, the shoes are quite good. So if you're climbing on vertical or slabs, I don't think they get any better than this. Because also the rubber, which is excess grip too from La Sportiva, it's like the trademark rubber from all the shoes in La Sportiva. I think it's one of the best rubber around. My experience is it is one of the most sticky one. So even in winter condition when it's really cold and your feet are cold and the rock is freezing, and what I do, I just sort of rub them a little bit with my hands to get them slightly more warm, and so it gets slightly softer and then they get more sticky. And yeah, I don't think it gets any better than this for sort of smearing and stuff like that. But as I said, obviously if you're climbing on steep overhangs or big roofs, then I wouldn't really go for this one. On the other hand, if every time I go to Font, this is the first pair of shoes that I put in my bag. So as I mentioned, they are sort of kind of very comfortable, and in time they become even more comfortable to a point where maybe even the heel, it kind of, this is another downside of the shoe. So the heel, in time, it becomes kind of slightly more loose, and you feel slightly more insecure than other type of shoes. Obviously, if you have like, I mean, even like with a Velcro strap or with some laces, then your foot would feel much more secure in it, and it wouldn't have the feeling of the foot coming off the shoe. So sometimes I have this feeling with this one. So if you are working on a project with a crucial heel hook, probably I wouldn't use these shoes. But yeah, apart from that, I think they are really good shoes, and I think it's nice to have them in your bag, just in case you get across like a slab or like a technical problem. The other great selling point about the shoes is that the price. So I don't usually come across many shoes that are good quality and cheap price. So this, I think they retail approximately about 70 quid, if I'm not wrong. So it's very hard to find good quality shoes for this price. And these, all in all, are really great quality shoes. And another positive thing that you can say about these shoes is that they're quite ideal, I think, for climbing indoors. So when you go to the climbing wall, so because I'm always kind of put them on and off, so because they are slippers, it really takes no time to pull them on and off, and they're slightly comfortable. They are more comfortable than any other stiffer shoes. So in the wall, where you're climbing like 2-3 hours, maybe always wearing them if you're a bit sometimes a bit silly like me. So keep them on your feet, and it's nice to have some shoes that they're fairly comfortable and you don't have to cry them every time you put them on and off. So I think if you use them at the wall, it's perfect use. And also on slabs and vertical stuff where you require a little bit more uh, technique and foot placement and smearing, then I think these shoes are really top notch. Yeah, okay, so check them out.